Hello everyone, welcome back to a very special episode of Jose's Totally Rad Life. I hope you're having a good 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody is staying safe. July 2026 marks the 47th birthday of the very first portable music player, that being the Sony TPS L2, or the Walkman, released in July of 1979. Now, if you are my parents' age, chances are you probably remember the good old days when your music collection used to look a little something like this. You got so many classics: Michael Jackson, AC/DC, Heart, Madonna, Foreigner, Culture Club, Guns N' Roses, Bryan Adams, Whitney Houston, Prince, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Def Leppard, Phil Collins, U2, George Michael, Whitney Houston, Lionel Richie, New Kids on the Block, Journey, Def Leppard, The Police, Whitesnake, Billy Joel, Bon Jovi, Bobby Brown, Genesis, The Eagles, Wham, Aerosmith, Paul Simon, Huey Lewis and the News, INXS, Men at Work, Chicago, Van Halen, Quiet Riot, Tears for Fears, Milli Vanilli, Peter Gabriel, Fleetwood Mac, Christopher Cross, Bruce Springsteen, Poison, John Cougar Mellencamp, Tiffany, and the Miami Vice soundtrack. Chances are some of you are old enough to remember when your music collection used to look like this, and sometimes you even had to carry it around in a briefcase like this. I've had this book in my possession for a while. It's the 100 best-selling albums of the 1980s. Some of you may have seen my playlist that I have done showing my cassette collection, playing many of the albums featured in this book. But today we are here to talk about not only the music and the artists themselves, but the technology in which an entire generation grew up listening to that music on. This is the service manual, or this is the operating instructions for the very first Walkman ever made. And this is the service manual for that same device. Here we have the original Sony Walkman, and it just turned 47 years old, released in July of 1979. It was the first of its kind. It came with this beautiful leather case and these portable lightweight headphones. Now, something that had never been done before. So when Sony released this, they stripped away the ability to be able to record directly onto a cassette, and they instead replaced that ability to record with this hotline button. Now, when you press this down, what it does is it activates that microphone right there, that built-in microphone, and it allows the listener to have a conversation with the person sitting next to them, so that way neither person has to remove their headphones. This Walkman is equipped with 2 headphone jacks, allowing for 2 people to be able to listen to the music. This revolutionized the way that people would listen to music. People would record mixtapes at home off the radio or off of their albums, and then they would share them with their friends, and they would listen to them on their Walkman, which then led to copycat portable cassette players, such as this one. This one here was my dad's when he was growing up. Unfortunately, it no longer works. And then later in the 90s, they went from being a metal body to being a plastic one, like this one. And then you had the Sony Sports Walkman, which was yellow. This one is an AM/FM only portable radio. And then the compact disc was created in 1983. And for the majority of the 1980s, it was the cassette that threatened to kill off vinyl. And up until 1989, 1990, when vinyl stopped being manufactured, you could only get CD or cassette or download off of Napster or LimeWire. This is a portable CD player from July of 2001. Now this right here was my first portable music player. This is my 2009 Apple iPod. Unfortunately, it no longer holds a charge, but just looking at the evolution of this, seeing how far we've come to where we are now, it's pretty incredible. Here we've got some original classic cassettes from the 1980s. You got Journey's album Frontiers, released in 1983, followed by Pyromania by Def Leppard, Bon Jovi's self-titled debut album, released in 1984, followed by Madonna's classic album Like a Virgin, also released in 1984, and then we have Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. These are incredibly iconic and classic albums. I love these albums, which then leads me to my next point. And here they are side by side, the old and the new. It kind of bridges the gap, the generational gap between me and my parents. Obviously, you know, none of these artists are going to sound the way that they did back in their heyday, but the fact that any of them are still putting out new music to listen to, yet alone on the exact same format as they originally did, I think it's really cool, and I am honored to carry the torch and the legacy of what has come before me. Yes, new cassettes are still being made today. Cassettes are not outselling vinyl like they did in the 1980s, but here are a few of my modern releases. We got Taylor Swift, Speak Now, Taylor's version. We got Sabrina Carpenter's album from 2024, Short and Sweet. And we have Bruno Mars's new album, The Romantic. The cassette format was not at all popular when I was growing up, so to see artists of my generation releasing either new material or re-releasing albums from their catalog on cassette, it's really, really cool for me. And I love it. I love the analog sound. It's super cool. Not only is it really cool to see that new cassettes are still being made by people like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, and Bruno Mars. I mean, that's cool enough as it is. But then on top of that, to get as many as 5 artists from my parents' generation releasing new music on the exact same format, that is really cool. I mean, this is great, but for me, this is even cooler because while I was not there to experience all of this great music when it came out in its heyday, I can appreciate it. And then that allows me to appreciate the new material as well that has been released during my lifetime. Over here, I have my Energizer rechargeable batteries. And just to prove to you that this does indeed still work, so cool that this device is still having an impact 47 years later. If you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. There's a new feature on YouTube where if you give a video a thumbs up, it'll allow you to hype the video, which gets it into the algorithm. So if you guys could please do that, that would be a great help. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, and I will see you guys next time. Before we go, just as a reminder, if you like the video that you saw today, please hit like, subscribe, and comment down below. This has been Jose from Jose's Totally Rad Life, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good weekend.